Did you know there is a special program for temporary residency in Mexico that you can complete within Mexico? In this video, I'm going to explain the requirements of this program, and I'm going to tell you about our experience in becoming temporary residents in Mexico, and specifically in Playa del Carmen. Hi, I'm Shelly, and welcome to my channel. What are we doing today? I am a snowbird, and I spend 6 months in Puerto Morelos, Mexico, and 6 months in Canada. My mission is to help new or soon-to-be newly retired people in their journey figuring out this new life season. If you follow the happenings in Mexico at all, you would have heard something in the fall of 2021 that the immigration authorities in Mexico started cracking down on tourists who were entering Mexico, and they weren't automatically giving everybody 180 days. This set the expert and snowbird communities in Mexico into a panic because many people spend their winters in Mexico or actually live here, and we depend on that 180-day tourist visa to stay legally in Mexico. There were anecdotal stories flooding in of people getting 7 days, 14 days, 30 days, even though they had their return flights booked and accommodation booked for the full 180 days. And the panic was on for people to get their temporary residency. Unfortunately, many people on Social Security or pensioners have had to give up their dream of retiring to Mexico because they don't meet the financial requirements required for temporary residency in Mexico. In 2022, in order to qualify for temporary residency, you need to have savings or investments of $43,220 US or 54,500 Canadian. For permanent residency, you need 175,000 US or 220,750 Canadian dollars. If you don't qualify with your savings or investments, you need to prove that you have at least 4,350 US per month coming in income, or 5,500 Canadian. Your spouse will need another $800 US or 1,000 Canadians on top of that in order to get temporary residency in Mexico. Many people who have lived in Mexico on tourist visas just cannot qualify financially for this temporary residency. Another requirement that you needed to qualify for temporary residency was you had to make your initial application somewhere outside of Mexico. So if you were from the United States or Canada, you had to make your application somewhere in USA or Canada. Actually, I believe you can make your application anywhere in the world, but you can't do it from within Mexico. Once you have proven your financial solvency and got your approval for temporary residency in Mexico outside of Mexico, then you had to attend at the INM office within Mexico to finish the process and to get your temporary residency card. Recently, the Mexican government has initiated a special program where you do not have to qualify financially, and you can apply and receive your temporary residency from within Mexico. This program is called the Regularization Program for Temporary Residency, and there are certain eligibility requirements. First, you need to have documented entry into Mexico at least once between 2015 and 2020. You must have an expired 180-day FMM tourist visa. You do not need to prove financial solvency for this program. You have to pay all immigration fees upfront for this program, which is the full 4 years of fees for the government for your temporary residency. You have to pay the fee to the government for your application, and you have to pay a fine for having stayed over your tourist visa. The total amount that you need to pay to qualify for this program is $14,096. This equates to about 700 US or 880 Canadian. The beautiful thing, you don't need to leave Mexico to apply. Okay, so I heard about this program in January 2020 by in a Facebook group that I follow about people who are staying in Mexico. People were recommending contacting an immigration specialist legally in Mexico, which is located in Playa del Carmen. Because of the possibility of not being granted the 180 days per year that we were depending on to continue our snowbird life, I had been looking into applying for our temporary residency when we were home in Canada this summer because we really want to spend our winters in Mexico. Our FMMs were due to expire on April 14th and our flights home were booked for April 6th. On January 15th, I contacted Millie from Legally in Mexico to see if she thought we would qualify for this regularization program. She said, in fact, we would qualify, but there's no guarantee that the program might be canceled at any time, and that was something that we needed to be aware of. We decided to take the risk. We booked an appointment with Millie for January 21st, 2022. For this appointment, we needed to bring our passports, our original FMMs, as well as a utility bill from where we are staying to prove that we're living in Mexico. We also had to pay Millie a non-refundable fee of 1,000 pesos, and that was a retainer in order for her to get us an appointment with immigration. Millie arranged our appointments for April 18th, so I went ahead and changed our flights home from April 6th to April 25th. We attended Millie's office again on April 13th and provided her with our passports, our FMMs, which she kept this time, a copy of a utility bill again, and paid her the fee in cash of 14,100 pesos per person for the government fees. We signed all the documentation required and then we went home to wait. We stayed close to home for the 5 days that we were illegal because if we had been pulled over, there was still a possibility we could be deported because we were in Mexico illegally on expired tourist visas. And it turns out we heard there was a random checkpoint out the Ruta de los Cenotes road, which is just outside of Puerto Morelos where we live. So we felt it was best to just stay close to home. Okay, it's INM appointment day. I was awake really early because I couldn't contain my nervousness and my excitement about what was going to happen today. We headed off into Playa del Carmen to Millie's office to get the ball rolling. We met with Millie one more time, paid her fee, and then the three of us headed over to the INM office, which is just around the corner from her offices. Millie's assistant had already gone over to the immigration office on our behalf and got the process started for us. So by the time we got there, we just had to sign a few documents and then wait. There's quite a few people outside the immigration office waiting, and eventually your turn comes up and you are taken to the inside waiting room. But at least it had air conditioning. Once inside, we made our final signature on the dotted line, and then again, we waited for our photos to be done, our prints to be taken, and to receive our cards. The day we were there, the office was really busy because it was the Monday after the Easter holiday, and the immigration office had been closed on Thursday and Friday. So on the Monday, it was really busy. Finally, our names were called, and we went, got the prints done, the photos taken, and within 10 minutes, we had the card in our hands. We are officially Mexican Canadians. We're so excited and so happy that this program was brought into by the government to assist. It was kind of like an amnesty for people who were staying here, on tourist visas, but really you were living here And it was just a way that the government allowed people to be able to get their temporary residency, which is honestly what we need. If we're living here 6 months of a year, we are residents, same as we are residents in Canada for the other 6 months of the year. The experience we had with Legally in Mexico was amazing. I highly recommend using this type of a service to assist you if your Spanish language skills are not that strong. They know the system, they know the procedures, they know the whole thing that, we as newbies here in Mexico, we just wouldn't have a clue. That's their job, and that's what you pay the fee for. Millie's fee was 9,000 pesos per person, and honestly, we feel that's at the time of making this video, which is in April of 2022. And honestly, we feel that it was worth every single penny. The whole process for us was completely painless. She did all the legwork. All we did was show up, sign the papers, get our pictures and prints taken, and walked out of that office with our temporary residency card without having an appointment outside of Mexico. We did it all within Mexico. If you're finding this video helpful, please consider subscribing to my channel. And don't forget to hit that like button. We're going to be heading back to Canada for the summer very soon. And I'll let you know in a future video what the process was like leaving Mexico as a temporary resident, because it's a little bit different than when you're leaving as a tourist. Until then, thanks for watching.